everybody! So by this time, this is the third video that you've seen me wearing this exact same outfit and makeup and everything. And that is just because I just had to sit down and record a bunch of videos because it is hard to get everything ready to record videos and whatever. The way my schedule is, it's just nice to be able to crank a bunch of them out at once. So thank you for understanding. If you guys have been following me for long at all, you know that my hair tends to be some kind of crazy color or something all the time. And it's the thing that I'm asked about most often. And people are always asking me how I got this color or blah, blah, blah. So I wanted to kind of give you a recap of what has happened to my hair in the last week. And also teach you guys how to achieve this silver color yourself. It's super easy. This is probably the easiest hair tutorial for color that you will see in a while. So hopefully you guys like this. So basically the last few, let's see, over the last like 6 months, here's what's happened with my hair. Back in the fall, I had it pink and it was like bright pink and it would fade out into like this pretty pastel pink. And I always like didn't really like the bright pink, but I liked the medium to pastel pink. But I kind of was like, oh, for winter, I want to go silver. So I went to a hairdresser and they got it silver, but really it wasn't silver. It was like more of like gunmetal. It was very dark. Dark, dark, dark. So dark that the day I got it done, I washed it with clarifying shampoo twice to try to get the color to lighten up. And unfortunately, it never really did. Like, it faded out a little bit, but I had it for 3 months, and it was still very dark on my head. And if you know anything about pastel colors, like 3 months is like an insane lifespan. It always, usually it's like 4 to 6 weeks if you're lucky. So I was really frustrated because what that meant was that the toner that she used on my hair was so dark that it was never really going to come out. I was either going to have to let that dark gray grow out or I was going to have to bleach over it, which sucked. But I came to terms with it and decided to just bleach over it, which is, I do not recommend bleaching over hair that is already bleached, but I was feeling very desperate, so I had someone do it for me anyway. And bless the lady at Ulta because she did an amazing job and she got pretty much all the gray out of my hair. So I was bleached yellow basically, and I had decided that I wanted to be pastel pink. So I went home from the salon. I had my Draco Malfoy hair, as I like to call it. I got the pink that I wanted and I went to town. So I did what you're supposed to do. I did my roots first and then I pulled it through to the ends. I let it process for like an hour, which is the recommended time. Rinsed it all out and it looked awful. Like, if you saw the video I posted on Instagram last week, you could see it was like the roots did not take at all. They were still so yellow. And some of the ends took and they were like a pretty pinky peach color, but it was like my skin is very like pinky with like hints of yellow. So then my hair was pinky with hints of yellow and it was like my skin and my hair were the same color. It was not good. Like, even my husband, who is like always like, oh, your hair looks fine, like it's nice, I like it, even he was like, I'm not into this. So I was like, crap, what am I gonna do? So my plan was to get some toner and to get the yellow to a white color and then have the pink cool down with the toner. And I was like, well, the pink might turn kind of lavender, but whatever, that's fine. So that was my plan. So I bought the toner, I did what I was supposed to do, I let it process, and I ended up with this. This is like the silver that I've wanted for like 2 years. I've gone to so many different people to try to get the silver. So this was like a total fluke, which is ridiculous, but it worked. So I'm happy to have the silver hair that I've wanted for years, and now I'm going to share this formula with you guys because I know that so many of you probably want silver hair, and it is not easy to achieve. It's much harder to achieve than you would think. So what you need to do, and unfortunately I can't do like a demo because obviously I already did my hair and I didn't know it was going to be silver, so I didn't record it. But what you need to do is, first off, you need to bleach it. Unless your hair is naturally like white, you have to bleach your hair to get it this color. Like, I know that that sucks. It's a bummer, but that's just the reality that it is. I personally do not recommend bleaching your hair yourself. It is dangerous. There's a reason that hair care professionals exist. I just don't think it's a good idea. If you're really on a tight budget, you can go to a beauty school and have them do it, and it's going to be much less expensive than going to a salon. But even then, like, you still run the risk of damage to your hair because they're not as experienced. So it's kind of up to you. But I just really would not bleach it yourself, especially because to get a pastel color like this, you have to lift it to what they call an 11. So the normal scale is through 10, and you have to lift it past what they would normally do. The like kind of marker for what you want it to look like is you want it to look like the inside of a banana. Mine was a little bit darker than that, and that's why you can see my roots are kind of like a weird yellowy greenish color in spots, but that's okay. So if it's a little yellow, that's fine. Then once your hair is bleached, what I did is I bought this at Sally's. I think it was about $3. It's the Ion Sensitive Scalp 20 Volume Developer. And this is the 8-ounce bottle. That was plenty. I could have gone with the smaller one. They have like a teeny tiny one, but they were out. And then I like ripped up the box already because I used it. But you're going to get a box of Wella Color Charm Toner in T14, which is pale ash blonde. The little bottle looks like this when you open up the box. I have a lot of hair, but just for reference, I used an entire bottle of toner. If your hair is any longer than mine, I would probably grab 2 bottles just to be safe. Then what you're going to do is you need some kind of squeezy bottle. I like this one that has like the really long tip because it makes it easy to do this, to like part your hair as you're coloring it, so you don't need like an extra comb or another person to help you. This is like $2 at Sally's also, maybe 3. So you're gonna mix this according to what's on the bottle, which is 2 parts developer to 1 part toner. And the nice thing about these kind of bottles is they have the measurements on here, so it's pretty easy to mix it. You're not really gonna mess it up. Wear gloves, shake this up like this until it's all mixed. Then you're going to go in and you're just going to apply it. So you just squeeze it on your roots like this, and you kind of rub it in, and then you just go to the next section and do it on your roots on both sides, rub it in. Now, the recommendation is always to do your roots first because they're going to be more healthy basically than the rest of your hair. So they're going to be a little bit more stubborn to taking in that color. For me, I have learned that I have to do my roots and then let those sit for a few minutes and then do the rest of my hair, because otherwise I'm about to show you my mistake. Hopefully you can see it. Like some of these roots are just like, don't look great, but thankfully they're underneath. So I have to let that, next time I need to let that process more before I pull it through the rest of my hair. So anyway, do your roots, then go through and pull it through the rest of your hair, and then I let it process for the full 30 minutes. Once I was done with that, I just went in and rinsed it and rinsed it and rinsed it until all the product was gone. And then I went in and conditioned just to kind of put some life back in my hair. And that's it. So it's pretty easy. It's basically just a matter of getting these 3 things and following the directions. Like on the box, I mean, it tells you how, it tells you the ratio to use. It tells you how long to leave it. And 30 minutes is the max recommended time. If you want to, for the first time, you can use, you can leave it on for less time. But the good thing is you can always, use some clarifying shampoo if it's a little bit too dark, because it's not going to get any darker than this. So again, I'm not a hair care professional, so take this advice with a grain of salt. This is just what's worked for me. I found it to be super easy, and I'm not the best at coloring my own hair. Despite having done it several times, I'm still not that great at it. So I wanted to share this method with you guys because it's pretty foolproof for the most part. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask. You can ask in the comments below, or you can always reach out to me on social media, and I will do my best to give my non-expert opinion about hair. Thanks so much for watching. If you have any requests for like other kinds of videos or anything else you want to see, definitely let me know, and I'll see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.